is Angelo, and thanks for joining me here at Freedom Mobile Living. Thank you for watching this video, and today I just want to talk a little bit about maybe in the past how I actually got here. A lot of people, I'll sum it up real quick because there's a video previous to this that tells you why I became a nomad. But really, to sum it up, it's because I was tired of the restraints of traditional living. I wanted something more free. I wanted something that if I choose to go wherever, I can go without any restraints from having something that locks me into a permanent spot, and something that I had to work in a certain job or a profession in the same city. So I wanted something more that I could work remotely, so when I choose to travel and go somewhere, I can do that. I don't have to feel like I'm restrained and I have to get somebody to watch over the property. I don't have an additional expense. A lot of those things. Plus, I feel like I have less anxiety and I feel more free. Freest I've ever been in my life is since I've been a nomad. Some people say, doesn't it get lonely? To be honest with you, it doesn't. And see, it's amazing how busy I stay in doing this, and that brings up a very interesting subject, having to deal with things I am doing right now. Now, when I started, I had a company with air duct cleaning and carpet cleaning, and I had that. I couldn't sell it, mainly because of the pandemic. People were, and the ones that were giving me offers, they were doing it too low, and I wasn't going to do that. So me and my partner decided to hang on to it. We hung on to it until April of this year. In April of this year, we sold it for a real low cost of money, mainly because we wanted to get out of it and go forward with our lives. And we already made all the money we need to make with it. So our investment into the company was paid us 10 times over. So I decided to do the remote living, and first thing I could, was the good rideshare. A lot of people don't understand that you can go into other cities and other states and still make money with rideshare. So that's what I do. I'll go into the city, and that's not my primary income at this time, but it is a portion of my remote income. So I do that when I want or when I'm bored. Sometimes I'll do it just to eat up some time because I'm bored. And then I'll also I have done deliveries. Now, I haven't done deliveries like food deliveries in quite some time now. Reason being is because I don't have to. So I'd prefer not to do them because I don't think they pay enough. And it's a lot of jumping around, running in and out of spaces and dealing with the traffic a lot more. And so I just choose not to do it. It's not really my forte. Delivery was, and I did roadie too. To me, delivery I just don't care for it. Although I have the lab, I've done the lab with the dental, mouthpieces, and so there's some deliveries that are lucrative, and you're not so much locked in that you have maybe a predetermined amount of time you're going to do it, or you hand it off to somebody else so they can take it over. I've done that as well. But one thing, my background, because of the businesses I owned, I've owned maybe 15, 16 businesses my whole life, and all those I started out, except for one of them, I started out from the ground floor. So I really didn't have anything. I had to create and build things, and while I did that, I didn't want to pay the lot of money on doing it. Not only that, but sometimes I did that one time. I had somebody manage my website, and they really screwed it up and actually put me back. So where I had more knowledge than the people that were managing it, and that really, so I just kind of was the type that I'd go ahead and I'd learn. I'd take courses on Udemy. I'd do Google Garage School, and I've done that, and I've been doing this. I've been over 20 years. I've been doing learning as far as dealing with IT, SEO, coding, and so on. Am I the best at it? No, but I am studious at it, so I get better all the time. So that's really what I do, everything I do. So anyhow, I started doing something that I starting to put together, and it's kind of unique. It has to deal with leads or affiliate money by creating business to different companies. So I started doing that. I opened up a company called CEO Boost, and really that's what we do. We specialize in website design, build, digital marketing, SEO, Google AdWords, or blogs, whatever you want when it dealing or even social posting. So I started that, and I did it because I had been doing some work for people. I did it for myself and my companies. And over the years, I thought someone mentioned to me, hey, you have all this knowledge in that. You can create business, you can create leads. You know how to do it. I know keywords research. I've done this for 20-some years, like I said. So I tried it. I decided, okay, I'll bring it out to market. I'll let some people know about it. So I had a writer. He owned a business. I didn't know that, but as we were talking, I was talking to him about it. On my profile, it does say that I'm in IT. So he started asking me questions about it, and come to find out, he was asking me questions because he was really searching for somebody different than what he's had, because he hasn't been happy with the results. In the business of digital marketing, website design, everything, all has to deal with results. If you can produce results, people will pay you for it. And that's really what I do. So I have set it up where I can do landing pages, and no cost to the customer at all, but the whole idea is to produce leads. So once I produce leads, then I negotiate. Before I do that, I negotiate a percentage, and I can go up as high as 40%, and I went as low as 25%, based on the industry, based on my time I have to be involved with it. So I started doing that, and then I also picked up another person that wanted to start up and wanted to build a website. So we negotiated, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm helping him build his website. Now, one thing nice about it is when I do things, I don't just let you in the dark. So if I'm going to build your website, or if I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to give you things you can do to manage it, if that's what you choose to do. If you want me to manage, I'll be happy to do it, but I'll show you. I also set up social buttons within the website, so you can, it's good for you and the employees. One thing you can do is you can hit the Facebook, and it goes right to the Facebook, so employees can post on theirs, or anybody who hits it can post on theirs, and then it gives better exposure when it comes to Facebook. You can also do Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then you also can email somebody some information if that's what you choose to do. So most of the websites I do, I give 2 free versions. In other words, I will go ahead and build it. I'll have you look at it. You have 7 days to look at it. Within the 7 days, you get back with me. If you want something changed, you want me to revise it a little bit, we can do that. And I'll do that up to 2 times. So that's something I've just started. Now, the unique thing about it is I've created some funnels. Now, for those of you who haven't been in the sales game, a funnel is something that you set up like in an email drip campaign, where you can have an initial email, then an email that goes the day after, maybe one that goes 3 days, maybe a 7-day email, depending on the industry. Some industries we only set up 3, other industries we set up 7. So it depends what industry you're in and what your needs are. But what it does is you don't have to do anything. Once it's set up, then it will send these emails out. Now, even to the last one, let's say the last one, and that pretty much tells you that this customer isn't going to buy. You can always revert it back to a predetermined date where you can start the process all over again. Because remember, people, they have to see something 10 times before we respond. Now, that can be 10 times wherever or hear about it, but generally it takes a customer 10 times before they respond. So I just started that funnel process. I'm just building it right now. And I'm really excited about it because of the amount of money I can achieve out of it. And then the other thing I'm doing is I'm also putting together kind of like a program that has to deal with people to get an app within their company that's easy and affordable, something that doesn't take them a lot to do, it doesn't cost them a lot. So something that I would hold the app and they would have use of the app, but through a licensing program. But that's something I'm working on. I mean, when I have the spare time, and sometimes I don't. I'm also helping my son with his his implants business. He has an implant business, so I'm helping him with that too. We're doing coupons and brochures. So I do graphic design or whatever. And I also have some people I can pull into SEO Boost to add to it too. So those are some of my income producing things I'm doing. So I guess if you look at it, remote work doesn't have to just be one thing. It can be a side hustle, it can be a couple remotes. The more you have, the better it is. But you don't want to overextend yourself as well. And so sometimes I end up doing that, but then I have to dial it back a little bit. Maybe have one less customer or not take one on real quick. But I'm really excited about the SEO Boost. I really am. That's something I have a passion for. Apparently I am good at it. I got the education experience with it, and so I think I can help a lot of businesses out without them having to, sell the bank. So to make it more affordable for people as well. So just remember, anybody can really do this. And some people will tell me, oh, well, how do I start? Know nothing about it. Well, it's real simple. Do you know that there's people out there that will pay people just to answer posts on social media? Companies. Because having awareness and a brand on social media is so important for a company. Exposure is so important. Because when you get exposure, and if it's constant, and it's like the wheel, it's like a wheel that keeps on spitting customers out. Once you set it up, if you can set it up where you have it be a wheel, then as it turns, you get a customer here. Another day you'll get 2 customers, you'll get 3. And eventually, over time, because of the way it's set up with the keywords, and we're getting... I don't want people to get confused, but it's very important. Keywords are keywords, but it's very important to have the ones where you get the customer that is there at the buying process, not on the investigation process or just looking into it. So I don't want somebody just looking in. If I was a company, I wouldn't want somebody just looking into it. I'd spend a lot of money them just looking about what it's about. I would want them at the end of the buying cycle, after they've already done some of that stuff, and they know at least kind of what they want, and they're ready to buy, that's where I try to capture them at. And that's done through extensive keyword search. So anybody can do that. And one thing you can do if you want to try it out, in anything you want, you like digital marketing, you think coding, hey, maybe I can code. Coding is a troubleshooting platform. So if you're big on finding problems and troubleshooting, then you would probably be a good coder. Some people don't have the patience for it, and so they don't become a good coder. But if you wanted to, you could start out real simple, is writing blogs for people based on their product or their service. That's very lucrative as well. The other thing that you don't have to have any time for is answering the phones as customers are calling in through a customer service. And most of them are going remote right now anyhow. So all you'd have to do is answer the phones and deal with either whatever it is. It could be a troubleshooting thing that you're doing over the phone for a customer, or it could be just they wanted more information. So regardless of what it is, you can do this even if you're working full time. If you're working a full-time job, you can find out what you're kind of interested in. And one way to do that is get on YouTube and just start YouTubing, searching for it. So if you're interested in digital marketing, look on YouTube. They have a lot of information on there. Now, that's not exclusive. If you find out what you really like, I would suggest that you go to Google Garage, or you go to Udemy and take a course. I mean, it's not going to cost you a lot, and you'll gain a lot of knowledge from it. And who knows, you might be the best, the next best coder we ever had. Or copyright. You write good and stuff. You can do copywriting. So where you can list yourself on programs or platforms like Bark, and there's other ones. Fiverr is another one, but there's a bunch of them. You can list them on there and get work. People will come on there, and that's where they get their work. I have done that for some of them. Sometimes you can go to other countries and it's a lot cheaper. Crazy, but we live in a world of all. So but I can go like the Philippines and find it cheaper. Or I can go on the United States. If you want to, if you want to catch someone from the United States, you can do that as well. And if you look at the pricing, it's very inexpensive for what you're getting out of it. So that's my suggestion for everybody is, hey, maybe it's time for you to go back to learning. And if anything, you learn it. And it can make your life better. It's almost like if you don't know a lot about, like, let's say if you didn't know a lot about building websites, well, it's got to start sometime. So you start learning how to code. Once you learn how to code HTML or JavaScript, you're all set to do websites. So if you have any questions, if there's something that's ailing your mind and you're thinking, hey, maybe this, and you just want to ask and reach out to me, go ahead and do that in the comment section, because every time you ask a question, it's not only good for me to answer it, but it's also good for you, and it's also good for anybody else who is watching it and reads it as they're watching the video. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a heads up on a thumbs up, and like I always say, smash that subscribe button and I will alert you in each new video that comes out. If you want any special content, go ahead and put it down, but a lot of my content is going to have to deal with remote. It's going to have to maybe get in the nits and cranny of exactly step by step of how I do that, and that's in the future videos. Thanks for watching. I don't take that lightly. I really take it to heart. I know you could do anything in this time, but you chose to watch me, and that's important to me. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day and be blessed.